What is cracking, my goons? They're back at it again with another video. Listen, I know it's been a while, but I've been in the field risking rejection, putting up shots, running different talk tracks so you don't have to. I had to dust off the microphone and make a video on this because my YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, and TikToks are always consisting of pickup artists, quote unquote, doing cold approach in the street. And then you see the comment section of people saying, oh, he got the number, he got game, he got this. What these idiots don't understand is the whole purpose of a cold approach is not to get the number. It's not to get a kiss on the cheek. It's not to get the clip. It's to get a second link up. And the reason why second link theory is so important is because that's the only way to tell if a girl's actually serious about seeing you again. A lot of times we see these entertainers online, quote unquote, picking up girls. And what happens is they get the phone number. Who's to say she responded? Who's to say you didn't get blocked immediately? Who's to say she doesn't text him she has a boyfriend? Sometimes girls will give you the number just to get you the F out of their face. This rings true especially when people get someone's Instagram. If they get the Instagram, they're still going to have to get followed back and then also get consistent messaging going. And that brings me to the premise of this whole video. What I have is 11 different venues that are common to cold approach people at, and I'm going to be ranking them in terms of you being an advantage or in disadvantage of you being able to meet the girl, get the phone number, and start establishing a real connection based on where you met. And this is where all the people that are brain rotted off the black pill will come and say, it doesn't matter where you approach. Chad can get it wherever. If Chad approaches a girl in the ER while her mom is fighting for her life, he's going to get hit in the face. If Chad approaches a girl when she's fresh off a breakup at, let's say, a concert, he's going to likely have success. It's all about when and where, guys. The first venue we have is the gym, which is an interesting one. There's a lot of nuance in here because I believe that your success in cold approaching the gym is almost entirely dependent upon your physique and how long you've been going to that gym. If you're a bodybuilding motherfucker that spends 3 hours a day plus inside this gym, or you're a personal trainer, it's obviously going to be a major buff. But the average Joe that shows up to the gym 45 minutes, an hour, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, I'm going to say it's a nerf only because you're not going to be as comfortable as that buff motherfucker. And I'm making this video not for the people that have extreme situations, that are extremely jacked, that are 6'8", clavicular, whoever. I'm making this for the average Joe because I assume that the average Joe is watching this video, approaching at the gym. There's a minor nerf. You can still do it, but you don't have advantage. But if you want an immediate advantage, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video because I have more fire content on the way. Next up, we have the coffee shop. The coffee shop is kind of the sober living bar environment where people are social. I just think cold approach there doesn't always work as well in practice as it does in theory. I will say that it's neutral because people are receptive to conversation, and I do think that it's a non-threatening environment, and it's usually during the daytime where someone would be in a coffee shop. The only downside and pitfall you have to look for is people go in there usually to get work done, to get in the zone, and they're not as likely to be talking. But if you have a mouthpiece, I think it can work, and I don't think you'll be held back by the venue, but I definitely don't think it's going to give you any points. Next up, we have meetup groups. Meetup groups are online groups where people meet up based on a niche interest, whether it be Run Club, whether it be Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to put this one in the major buff category, because when you do go to a meetup group, people are going to be prepared for cold approaches. A lot of times when we approach girls, they just don't see it coming, so they default to no. Versus a meetup group, they go with the mindset, I want to meet someone new. You cold approach, it's very likely you can get a phone number and you can move the ball forward because you have a common shared interest and she was expecting it. Next up, we have the mall. The mall is a kind of a toss-up. I'm going to put this one inside neutral. It's really about the headspace that a girl is in. If she's at the mall just killing time, bored as hell, you could be the Prince Charming, but it really is a 50-50 toss-up because she could be just going to get something really quick and then have something else to do immediately after. It's just all about her headspace. Again, I don't think the venue disadvantages you, but I don't think it's an advantage either. There is a high volume of people there. It's just their willingness to communicate with the stranger isn't guaranteed. The next venue we have is the streets of like a downtown or metro area on like a Friday or Saturday night. And this was the genesis of the whole video. You see, content creators tend to get all of their content from there for two reasons. One, it's a high volume of people, and two, they're allowed to stream outside. But if you're a regular guy who goes out downtown to actually meet women and think this is the best environment to do so, it might actually be over for you. You see, this venue is going to be a major nerf for a variety of reasons, but the first one is you're going to blend in with a battalion of thirsty niggas that are shooting their shot to these girls in passing. And just another key reason off the top of my head is girls putting hours into putting makeup, wearing dresses, putting on heels, getting lifts, getting Ubers, getting to the downtown venue to go meet up with people that they know. Why would they waste a second of their time talking to someone they don't know when there's 9 people that they do know inside of a room right down the street? They're not going to spend their time talking to you because they didn't come there to talk to you. The next venue we have is work. I personally have never shot my shot with a girl at work because I have a career. If I had a bullshit job like Subway or McDonald's, I think I'd do it like more often. I'm going to put this one inside the minor buff situation because it really caters to that percentage of women that go to work and go home. You wouldn't be able to access them anywhere else besides work. So if you do shoot your shot, it will likely go in if they're the type that just go to work and go home, because the pool of guys that they have is so small that you will stand out to them. Again, I would advise against it because I'm more about my bag than any Foyd, especially when you get them anywhere across the world at any moment, but to each their own. Next up, we have concerts. I have my nigga Playboy Cardi as the icon. Shout out Playboy Cardi. I'm going to put this one inside the minor buff tier because girls go to concerts to see the guy on stage, not the guy standing next to them also looking at the guy on stage. But, music is usually a great way to connect with someone almost instantaneously. And let's say someone likes Playboy Cardi, then in 2 months Ken Carson is going. It's a good way to get someone's phone number and make the next link up happen and to have something to talk about after the concert. So I'm going to put this one inside minor buff. It's relatively harmless when you do get a number, and I think you can organically push the ball forward. Next venue we have is bar. See, when I say bar, I don't mean Nashville bar. I don't mean New Orleans bar. I mean bar near me on Google Maps, the closest bar to you, with music that is not loud. Quiet music where you can start a conversation. Guys, this is one of the most buffed areas in the world. People are drinking, alcohol is flowing, conversations are going. This is where it'll probably be easiest to start a conversation with a girl that you don't know, and her social guard will not be up. Granted, even if you are a chud, you might not get the hottest girl in the world, but what you will get is conversation, and conversation runs the nation and leads to phone numbers, second link ups, etc., etc. Next up, we have festivals. You see, music festivals are the single best environment to cold approach in. I just went to Rolling Loud 2 weeks ago. I got like 6 phone numbers when I was there, no cap. Every single conversation I started was extremely organic, easy. You could talk about the last artist you saw. You could talk about how someone just got hit with the trash can. You could talk about how this new headliner's taking over. You can just talk about whatever. And people there are extremely receptive to conversation, especially girls. Usually they go in like 2 or 3 packs. Sometimes it's a big old group with them. But sometimes it's just a 2 group of girls that just want a guy to hang out with. Also, I have a little bit of physical stature to me, so they look for security in situations like that, because shit can get chaotic, especially at Rolling Loud. But I'm telling you, festivals are fire for spitting. Next up, we have a party. This one is kind of cheating because it's not a true raw cold approach because you know someone there who also knows someone there. That's how you got to the party in the first place. I'm going to put this one in minor buff, though, because it's really just dependent upon how strong your connection is with the person that brought you to the party, and also their social status, meaning that if they run the group, they're the group leader. When you go to the party, everyone's want to get to know you. But if they're like some scrub, they're a peon, and no one likes them, they bring you along, it doesn't really do much. But getting your foot in the door and being able to use your own voice can mean a lot in these situations. It could be a major buff, honestly. If it's a cult and you know the cult leader, you're lit, but I'm going to put it in minor for now. And the last venue we have is the nightclub. You see, years and years ago, the nightclub might have been a great place to meet people. But the problem that we face nowadays is most girls go to the club just to look good and get Snapchat stories. And the other issue that I have with the club is there's only real 2 approach options. One is jester, meaning that you run up, you dance on a girl, you try to act crazy, you act drunk. Or You can get entirely too close to her so she can hear what you're saying, but that invasion of personal privacy and space as soon as you meet someone, it just never was my thing. I haven't had much success here, and I don't even like being there. It's not overstimulating as much as it is just the juice ain't worth the squeeze. And that's going to be it for the video, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. If I missed any common places to cold approach, go ahead and put it down in the comment section below and let's slap a tier list ranking on it. My next video is not going to be a tier list. It's going to be more free-flowing thought, monologue type style video, and I'm excited to drop it. Keep your eyes peeled for it. Max Paris is back.